Britt was absolutely the star. You did jolly well. It can't have been easy to do that alongside him.
Yesterday was actually my favourite.
All right. What was your favourite?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great all round. I mean, classical Indian dance. Henry dressing up as the
There it is.
Maharaja. Yes. Will you be wearing it at the cricket club in Chennai?
No, I'm not. No. Can you imagine what they'd throw at me if I did?
Yeah, no kidding.
Having visited India before, Henry and Zandra have both received invitations from old friends to visit Chennai.
Wait, I'm going to go to the bathroom. My mum always said to me, go to the bathroom.
So you don't need to go on the journey?
And you always had to, whether you said no or not.
Just a few hours from Puducherry, the rest of the group have decided to join them.
Don't forget your hat, Zandra.
Hat, handbag.
You got everything?
Yes, yes. Oh, shoes. OK, here we go.
OK, here we go.
Chennai is 5 million. That's the population of Scotland. You know what I mean? So I would imagine it's going to be like Pondicherry to the power of 500. More honking than I can imagine. You know, lots of noise and bustle.
Formerly known as Madras and the 6th largest city in India, Chennai is a world away from quaint Puducherry. A heady mix of old and new, the sprawling capital of Tamil Nadu offers a cosmopolitan lifestyle.
I first came to Chennai in 1981, and eventually I met Annie, and we did the beaded dresses that I used to do, and lovely beaded tops.
So you started her.
I started her, yes.
Did you get a commission?
No. I left the Royal College of Art with a first-class honours degree, but couldn't get a job. My prints were too extreme, but I could always imagine how they would be in dresses. My mother encouraged me, so I eventually put a collection together, and that started my career in '69.
The women have come to the Ciderpet neighbourhood,
Here we are, girls.
Sandra!
where Zandra's friend Annie still runs the embroidery business they started together almost 40 years ago.
Here we are.
There's Sandra.
There's
look.
Sandra. Oh, my word. Hi, Zan.
Isn't this
Great
exciting?
to see you, yes.
Isn't it exciting seeing how they work?
Extraordinary.
Originally a Muslim craft, tambour embroidery is created by punching a sharp hook through fabric, catching a bead and drawing it up.
Is that gold or is
It's a metal. It's a
it
wire.
a gold metal?
Yeah, exactly.
It's absolutely lovely. It's just fantastic to see this work. I've never, ever seen anything
I know, you
like
wouldn't
this.
imagine it would be done like that, would you?
Annie and her team create designs for private clients as well as designer names like Balenciaga and Chanel.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
There are no women.
No. In India, most of this sort of work is done by the men.
Often passed down from father to son, the skill of a tambour craftsman is highly valued in Indian society.
And all of these men here, they're not very, very young.
You trained them.
No, they've been with me 30.
And they have no problem sitting cross-legged all day?
No, in fact, they're more used to that. In fact, I got them cushions, but they don't really.
They don't want the cushions. I was mesmerized. In these modern days, we expect everything to come out of a factory, and it wasn't.
These are the embroideries that I did with Annie. They come up on eBay in America quite a bit.
Oh, they
I
do?
see them, yes.
I'm going to go on eBay tonight.
I was very close to my mother, and I really admired her. She was the person who gave me my ambition. But she actually died when I was in my 20s, so she didn't see my career developing or anything. This was the sari show that I did in
Bombay and Delhi, yeah.
She would have adored to come to India. I think she would have loved every minute of it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's just fantastic.
As well as having a thriving fashion industry, Chennai is known as the health capital of India, attracting around 55,000 international patients every year. Paul has booked himself an appointment at the Apollo Hospital, hoping to find a cure for a childhood injury.
All I ever wanted to do when I was a child was be a footballer. When I was 14, I got a bad kick. They took me to hospital thinking it was broken, the leg. It wasn't broken. On the next day, it had started to swell. It ended up it was a blockage of the lymphatic tissues. And I find it rather painful. Thank you very much. It's this way, isn't it? This way.
There are over 150 private hospitals in the city, which offer shorter waiting times, cutting-edge facilities and lower costs for Westerners.
One leg's twice the size of the other one, so it doesn't look right. You don't want to be walking down the street and everybody looking. And I've carried that for 50-odd years.
Mr. Elliott?
Oh.
Hello, Mr. Elliott. Good morning.
Nice to meet you, Doctor.
How are you? Please come in.
Yes, thank you. There's a little bit of hope right in the back of your head, you know, that if they were to find something and put it right after all these years, it would be a total miracle and a bit out this world. It really would.
Right, Paul. Can I have a look at you, Paul, here? Just want to come over here. Yep, trousers down, please.
It's funny how you feel exposed when you take your trousers off. You do, I don't know what.
Oh, right. Right, okay. So it's all from here to here.
Mainly.
Yes.
It's still a little bit higher.
Yeah. You had any infections in the toes?
Several times over the years.
Yes. Here, basically, it's gone beyond that edema stage.
Which is
the
when
skin is damaged,
yeah,
isn't it?
which is where the kick, where I got
That's
kicked
right, yeah.
on the shin.
Right. Okay. You can dress up now, sir.
Okay.
And the diagnosis is obvious to you already, and it's quite clear now. You know, you have this condition called lymphedema.
Yeah.
Basically, water, what's called a lymph,
Yeah.
goes around the body. And they have very, very small tubes.
Yeah.
But if the tubes are completely damaged,
Yes, sir.
which in any case probably it is, you know, the options becomes very limited, which can be sometimes life-threatening.
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful.
So I'm very unlucky.
Unfortunately, yeah.
We were hoping for a miracle cure, but I didn't think we would get on. Okay. Thank you very much indeed,
Take care.
Doctor. Thank
Take
you
care.
for
All the
everything.
best.
That was quite, not difficult, but upsetting. It's one of those things that there's no cure for it. I live with it, and until now, no one except close friends and family knew about it. It just shows you if you've got something that isn't right, it doesn't hold you back. You can still get out there and make a career of yourself. You keep on going.
4 miles north of the hospital, just off Chennai's Marina Beach, lies Chidambaram Cricket Stadium,
So exciting, isn't it? I know.
where Henry made his last ever overseas broadcast.
Beautiful flowers. They're
Aren't
just
they?
amazing.
Well, that was practice nets once, I dare say.
Accompanied by Barbara, it's the first time he's been back.
My dear Rafiq, how are you?
Good.
And old friend and club member Rafiq has invited Henry along to a lunch in his honour.
Hello, how do you do? Very nice to meet you.
Hello,
Great.
I'm Barbara.
It's great to be back here in this ground. I've got so many sort of happy memories of cricket here and of people here too.
Can I ask for a special request for me? Could I see where Henry used to do his commentaries? I'm sure if I trail behind Henry, I'll be able to go
No,
in
my
there.
dear, everything I trail behind you. I don't have.
Wow, look at this. Oh, my goodness me.
I always love walking out onto a cricket ground. It's a great moment of excitement, isn't it? It goes back to your playing days. I don't make many concessions, I think, to old age. But the older I get, I realise there are certain things I obviously can't do.
The grass is lovely and springy.
Bermuda grass.
Bermuda.
But I get tireder in the evenings than I used to. And I'm always certain I'm going to fall down. I never have yet. But I think that's irritating. You see the bridge that says Chennai between those two stands, if you just carry on to the left. And the third box, that's where I commentated in my last overseas test match. And where I made my big howler.
In 2016, Henry made a mistake whilst commentating, which led to his retirement.
Gosh, I never thought I'd come into this box again in my life.
I bet you didn't know.
Isn't it lovely? We were going to lose the series, and it got to the point on the last day when England had to bat and not be all out. And I described Mishra, the Indian leg spinner, coming into bowl, and I got to almost into his delivery stride when something extraordinary happened. It was just as though someone had done that, put their hands over my eyes. And I could see absolutely nothing. And of course, I panicked. I shook my head frantically, and eventually my vision came back. And I gave him out, obviously. Then I had to try and think how he was out. And I took a punt and said he's driven and been caught at close in on the offside. Sonny Gavaskar was sitting on my right-hand side, came in a rather sorrowful voice. I never forget it. He said, "No, Henry, he was bold." That moment, oh, if my heart didn't just stop once, it stopped about 5 times. I can tell you it was a dreadful moment.
You know, you're human like everybody else, and everybody makes mistakes.
Well,
Everybody.
It was quite a mistake.
I feel for you in that, yeah.
It'll never leave me, that moment. I mean, there we are. It was the moment that decided to me that I ought to retire. So be it. I'm jolly glad in a way that I have retired. It's sort of opened life up in so many different ways, like coming here.
As the sun sets, and keen to take advantage of Chennai's busy nightlife,
Off we go!
See you there, everything.
See you there!
John, Duncan, Paul and Henry are having a boys' night out in the city.
Well, we're going to have a good night tonight. Do you drink beer?
No, I don't. Not a right now.
No, I don't.
My
no.
tummy doesn't agree
No.
with you.
I'm not a beer man myself. I think I might have a scotch.
I think I'll have to keep you company.
Lovely. Let's go.
Here we are, boys.
4 nice chairs at the bar here, guys. Look at that.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
What are you going to have, everything?
Could I get a Johnny Walker Red Label, a large one?
Oh, so you've got some mocktails here, look. Virgin Ginger Mimosa. That sounds interesting.
Oh, Jaeger bomb. I haven't told the story how Shane Warne introduced me to Jaeger bombs.
No.
I had 7 the first evening.
Oh.
Graham Swan put me to bed and I never felt a thing.
So when you and Barry were both working together, what's your social life like then?
Well, we both did our own thing, really, because Barry was completely teetotal.
Oh, you make up for it. That's what you drink
That's
for
why I
two.
drink his shit. I always have done.
Got it.
Can I get another virgin?
Would you rephrase that at once? Oh, my goodness.
Sorry.
And you aren't drinking alcohol. I don't know how you do it.
How come you don't drink, then?
How come I don't? Yeah, I stopped because I wasn't drinking moderately, to put
No.
it simply.
Yeah.
It's something that crept up on me over the years, you know. Yeah. And,
22 years ago, though, wasn't it? You were dry for 22 years.
22 this year, yeah. Only just, actually, yeah.
It's very good, that.
Did
my God.
you declare yourself to yourself as an alcoholic?
I suppose, yeah. Yeah, and on a recur, yes, because how to describe one? I think it's probably somebody who doesn't drink normally. You don't have to drink every day to be classified. I would say
No.
it's basically abnormal drinking.
As an out-of-work actor in my younger days, I was getting up really late and maybe going down to the pub at lunchtime, not getting much done really. So I stopped drinking 22 years ago. That wasn't easy. I thought I'd be really boring if I didn't drink, but it's not the case. I just go to bed a bit earlier and I don't talk bollocks all night.
So you're going to carry us all home?
I'll make sure you guys get home.
He's
yeah.
going to make sure we're
Don't
OK.
get
all right?
arrested.
That's good. Yeah.
Cheers, lads.
Good health.
Good health to you all.
Yeah.
Fabulous night, lads.
the group is back home in Puducherry.
So bloody dark in my room. I come out looking like a circus horse every morning.
And Britt isn't the only one up early.
Well, the Tour de Pondy. Yeah?
Yeah, Tour de Pondy. Okay.
What do you want to do? Go down to the sea?
Yeah.
All right, stick together.
Making the most of the cooler temperatures, John and Duncan are taking some gentle exercise.
I just really couldn't wait to get back to Pondicherry. The trees and the birds in the morning. It's just such a lovely place to be. Great start to the day.
Unbelievable.
There's a whole world in India before the sun comes up because it's so hot here. It really is hot. It's well over 35 degrees centigrade. We keep our eyes peeled down here, I think. Everybody. All right.
Yeah. Hey!
Sorry.
Good way to keep fit in Pondy, yeah?
Yeah. I cycle quite a lot at home. Your body can just seize up if you don't keep it going.
I know.
Yeah, keep the engine oiled or whatever.
And then when you want parts of your body to seize up, it won't seize up.
Today is the group's last day in Puducherry. Tomorrow they will be heading north to the foothills of the Himalayas, where they will spend their final week in India.
There could be worse places to retire to, couldn't there? Look at the Indian Ocean. Lovely. The fishermen are out there. Very nice. This trip has taken me out of my usual humble environment in a little village in Surrey and I feel I've opened up a lot, actually. It's been wonderful. I'm going to miss it.
Yeah, I've certainly missed it. I certainly go with great thoughts in my heart for it, John.
Yeah, exactly. So, home for breakfast?
Yeah. My bum's getting sore.
Well, yeah, I'm feeling it a bit now.
He hasn't been eating. They took him into hospital. He didn't want to do any force feeding. And he has been brought home because they couldn't do anything more for him.
Zandra's partner, who is 97, has been ill for some time and has taken a turn for the worse.
My partner is 19 years older than myself. He's in a sort of state of almost not being all there, you know, so he looks like he might not last, but that's terrifying, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Rather than travel north with the group, Zandra has decided to return home and will be leaving the Haveli tonight.
So when did you meet him and where did you meet him? Because you're from very different worlds.
I met him probably 30 years ago, 31, something like that, at a cocktail party in New York. And then when he came to London as the president of Warner Brothers to expand all the cinemas, he phoned me up and said, would I like to come to a luncheon? And I've been with him ever since.
Oh, well, you have to go back, I can see that, but I'm going to miss you so much.
Thank you. We've had wonderful adventures.
We really have. Cheers, sweetheart.
Oh, cheers.
Morning, Henry. Good morning.
So, you ready for the trip to Rishikesh?
Pretty
Whatever it's
much,
called, Rishikesh,
yeah.
Kash, Kurus.
Yes, looking forward to the cool of the mountains. Yes. We're very sorry Zandra won't be along. Really is a shame.
I've never been to that area, so I shall look forward to getting all your little secret memos to tell me what it's like.
Yeah.
And you're still in the gang.
Good.
I've just been told, oh, Sandra. There's no way you cannot like Sandra. She has been my shining light during this adventure. We are both absolutely delighted and happy to have found each other again. I will miss Sandra a lot, a lot.
It's the race to the toaster.
Okay.
Well done, you got it without hitting a hat.
This is the noisiest tuk-tuk in India, I'm sure.
On the last of its 9 lives, I think.
Before heading north, Duncan and Henry want to experience a regular monthly ritual for many Indian men.
Hey, man, I dare think I got to beautify you.
Vanity can be your biggest asset. I think it's one of the biggest weapons you have against getting too old and giving up.
Darrow thing.
And I have it in spades.
Oh, goodness. He's got very delicate hands. Never had a head massage. Will he make my hair grow?
At this barber's, a haircut, shave and vibrating head massage, said to improve blood circulation,
Oh, yes.
are all part of the service at just £2.50.
I've never had my ears tickled from behind before. Something I've learned late in life. I have to wait 79.5 years. How are you getting on, Duncan?
Very good. Just getting creamed up, ready. I think a few years ago, I might have been a bit afraid of going to places like India because, you know, I might have thought it was dangerous and a bit dirty.
Your throat being cut, I think?
No, he's doing a great job.
You wait.
The trouble is I can't talk very much when I'm getting shaved, and so I have to listen to Henry.
Well, that's painful, I agree.
I think it's very important when you get to a certain age in life to experience new things, try new things, and really get excited about things. I could get to like this. You know, 70 years old. For God's sake, every minute counts. Yes, this is very good.
Any blood yet, Duncan?
Not.
Oh, Lord, this is all going down my shirt and everywhere. And you look like a buffalo coming out of a pond.
Oh, got it great.
Duncan, I think you look eminently kissable. I mean, clean-shaven, attractive. There's a certain come-and-get-me about you now.
Thank you very much, Henry, but, you know, you're not my type.
Thank God for that. Wonderful.
I'm very sad to be leaving the group, and I didn't wish to be disappearing so quickly. Being in India, I was able to just bury myself and forget everything and have a lovely time. But his doctor told me, please don't leave it, Sandra. I'd much rather you came back than take a risk. So that's the situation as it stands.
Cheers.
Well, cheers. Life throws us some real shitty balls now and then that we have to catch. But you just have to go with it. Because things you can't do anything about, it's not worth the sweat.
Yeah, you have to go over them and move on, don't you?
I like to think of challenges as opportunities. Because you will always get something out of it. However awful it was, there will always be something that you've learned about yourself or life.
I don't agree that accidents or the bad stuff in life gives you something. It gives me nada. You know, I put it aside and keep going. Because there's nothing I can do about it. I live in the now, right now.
There is this thing that happens when you're a bit younger than we are now, and you hear your parents talking about death and saying, I want this to happen and that to happen on my death. And I'm in that position now. I'm trying to say to my children, you need to plan, no matter how long it is, what's going to happen about the company, how it's going to be run, say where the bank accounts are, where this is, where that is, where the keys are, you know.
I am so ignorant of life or death. I think I am immortal.
Yes, I think you probably are.
So therefore, I haven't done anything. Do you know what I mean? Yes. It's just stupid.
I just want them to keep going as long as possible.
Yeah,
enjoying
of course.
I'm probably happier now than I've ever been in my life, you know. And I want to live for another 20 years, or 30 years.
Oh, I think
wow,
you'll do that.
you'll be very old. But you've got plenty of money so you can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So that's good. You can have round-the-clock nurses.
Yeah.
The best equipment,
Yeah.
one of those beds that goes...
Yeah.
You're going to have intravenous stuff coming and
A
going...
robot that moves my arms.
You don't even
Good
have...
morning.
Or your wife with a large frying pan.
That's very good. Your buttocks are very well aligned. Straighten, straighten. Very good.
While Duncan continues with his mission to live a long life,
I adjust the foot. Raise your hand up. Suck that stomach in. I don't want to see that stomach like that.
The rest of the senior citizens are preparing to bid a fond farewell to Zandra.
I'll sit here. I like to look at the garden.
As they gather together for their final supper.
Toppers, old thing. Toppers.
Thank you, old thing.
It's one old thing to another.
One older old thing than another.
Well, I mean,
not
they were...
by much, by a
We reached the age when we mustn't split hairs, so things like that.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hello.
Sorry I'm late.
Hello, my sweet.
I have to say, though, I touched things I never knew I could touch before.
I'm
Fantastic.
so happy because I want you to be perfect for me. Because when we go out, you're my arm candy. I
Well-
want you to be perfect.
Well, you have to remember, I'm very happily married, Brett. That's the only thing.
I don't want anything else from you than to be my arm candy.
Okay, as long as you get that straight.
We have that perfectly.
Can you just tell me why there's not a gin and tonic here?
I am not your wife. Had I been your wife, there would have been 2 gin and tonics.
Possible, isn't it? Oh, dear.
Paul, after you with the ice, darling.
After me. To you.
Lovely.
To you.
You say to me?
To me?
Don't get it, does she?
I don't get it, I don't.
My catchphrase. Adam Barry's catchphrase, all that. Got everybody
Bloody hell.
knew it.
Listen, I've got a lot to learn.
I can't believe we are leaving wonderful, incredible, peaceful Pondicherry. I love it here. I love the people here.
So do I.
Good.
I understand what you're
You understand what I'm saying, right?
I love Pondicherry enormously. I think that there is a fantastically open, warm quality that I've found in people here. And I hope that the kindness is the same in the north.
This is a toast to the next part of your trip, and I'm going to miss you all very much, and I'll be thinking of you all the time.
Thank you, Sandra. We'll miss you.
We'll be thinking of you, Sandra.
Certainly be thinking of you.
It's all been a wonderful group of experiences that I feel very honoured to be a part of. You have to embrace India. You can never tell what's going to surprise you or what's going to lead you to be inspired.
Oh, Sandra, we miss you already. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when.
We'll meet again some
Sunny day. Right? Thank God you know the lyrics. I'm Swedish.
You've seen how far down it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Next time, the group brave the foothills of the Himalayas.
That's enough hairpin bends for one day, Britt.
I just can't take any more.
As they travel to Rishikesh on the banks of the Ganges.
We are connected to the universe!
We are connected to the universe!
Looking for spiritual enlightenment
It's simple. It's saving the planet through love. It's amazing.
and inner happiness.
Unbelievable.